This is the town of Dundalk, situated on the northeast coast of Ireland. A thriving, bustling town, but it was not always this way. Mary Street North was home for the Boyle family, and on this street is where parents James and Bridget reared their 8 children, 7 girls and 1 boy, John. Their house was a small 2-bedroom house with no running water and no electricity. Times were difficult at the start of the 1900s, and there was no social welfare and no children's allowance, so if a person did not work, they simply had no money. James Boyle was lucky in this respect because he had a job working on the railway, but the wage was poor and certainly not enough to nurture and clothe a family of 10. The young John Boyle wanted to help out his family, so even before reaching his teenage years, decided to go to sea. It was here that he would have come to Dundalk port to start his seagoing ventures. He would have joined the Dundalk steam packet ship, working his fare across from Dundalk to Liverpool in about the year 1912. The ship would have left his hometown port, navigate down the Castletown River and into the Irish Sea. He was leaving behind everything that was familiar to him: his hometown, his family, and his friends, taking on a man's responsibilities, although he was merely a boy. All was plain sailing for the young John Boyle, and he secured work on a transatlantic liner, the SS Haverford of the White Star Line. This was the same company that boasted the mighty Titanic as part of their fleet. John Boyle used an alias, and the reason for this can only be suggested that because of his tender years and lack of seagoing experience, he would not be able to secure a job, especially on such a mighty ship. So he adopted the persona of Mr. Ballantyne, who obviously had the necessary credentials, and thus 12-year-old John Boyle became seafaring fireman Ballantyne, working below decks. The year of 1914 saw the outbreak of the First World War, and the Haverford was seconded into the British naval war effort as a troop carrier between Philadelphia and Liverpool. The Haverford set sail from Liverpool on the 26th of June 1917, plotting her course across the Atlantic to Philadelphia. She took shelter in Lough Swilly, County Donegal, to await a protected convoy across the ocean. It was just an ordinary day at work for those below deck on the Haverford, with a fireman shoveling coal into the ship's furnaces. There was no indication, no sign that tragedy was about to strike, and that everything in a split second would change forever. A torpedo ripped into the side of the great ship, causing a huge explosion, tearing her metal like paper, and allowing the sea to rush in. Daniel Fairclough, Thomas Hamilton, William Jackson, E. Leary, Patrick Robinson, and the teenage Johnny Boyle all lost their lives in this horrendous act of war. However, the ship survived the attack and limped back to Liverpool for extensive repairs and lived on to sail another day. The Boyle family were informed of the tragedy, but not the exact circumstances, and one by one they went to their grave, thinking that their son and brother was lost at sea and lay in a watery grave beneath the raging sea. This remained so for 92 years. But then, in 2009, while researching the family tree, his immediate descendants discovered that their uncle John Boyle had indeed a land grave in Cockhill Cemetery, Buncrana, County Donegal, and it is here that he rests along with his fallen comrade.
His mother was really, really heartbroken because because he was so young going away, and because it was her only son. She cried a lot over him, not seeing him never returning, and even on her deathbed, when she called out his name, because Mammy said,
she'd said the same too. So
she called. I don't know actually whether she said Johnny or my only son. She said something to that effect. I can't just remember right.
No, because they always talked about him like that anyway.
Always talked about him. Particularly, I think, because it was their only brother, her only son, and it was all girls. Many girls was there. My mother was the seventh daughter. She was the youngest.
Yeah, and was Mammy next?
I think she was next.
I think my mummy was the second youngest, wasn't she? Your mum was the youngest.
She was the youngest.
And then was Alice.
Lena.
No, your mammy, my mammy, and
yeah.
was Alice.
I don't know how.
Rosie.
Rosie was the youngest.
Yeah.
Katie.
There was Mary.
Then there was Mary Ellen.
And Mary Ann.
Mary Ellen, I think.
And there was another sister that died from the measles, because remember years ago the measles was a big one. Was it Julia?
Julia.
Oh, right. That doesn't mean anything to me like that one.
But the Johnny's mother was just beside herself because of the sadness of it all, and the way she just never seen him. From the day he left the house, she never seen him again, and she was that heartbroken. She called his name out.
What I remember that my mother saying that my granny put out her arms like that. She said, "Ma, me one son."
Is that what it was?
My one son.
My one son
passed away.
Yeah, as if he was coming for her. You know what I mean? When she was, and it was on her deathbed. She did say that, definitely. I might not get the whole word right. For some me in my memory, but she definitely called out his name. My one son. Isn't that sad? Yeah. Isn't it? And him in Donegal. We could have, like when my mother and your mother was alive, we could have taken them up, to visit the grave and everything.
From he died until his mammy died. Many years was there there, do you know?
His mother died, the granny died in 1933.
And he died when?
1917.
17,
yeah. So that'll tell you, look at all the
years of the ones.
Look at all the years she had to be heartbroken.
All the time
still watching him. Will he come in the door? Will he come in? But
there was no closure for him, so there wasn't never.
No.
He was lost at sea, that's what we're told. And that is what we're told, he was lost at sea. Not that he's buried. Why did they not tell him? I can't make it out at all.
Well, that's what I was saying, because maybe he used
Valentine, the
the
name.
alias.
Yeah, because John's on it.
When his right name's on that, they got that where it should be.
Like, when did that come?
Well, I don't know, but it's still.
That's where we don't know.
Even they would have been told at then that he was buried in there.
It was the summer of 17, and on a voyage to the west, we weighed anchor just to wait in Ireland's northern nest. Loch Swilly seemed so friendly, and both shores could be seen, but hidden in the murky depths, a German U-boat submarine. We stoked the boilers frantically when the order came to leave. An ordinary day at work for Johnny Boyle and me. Full steam was reached in no time, and when we heard the gurgling brine, but what was to happen next? Neptune gave us no sign. All time went in slow motion. As the wall it disappeared, the sea rolled in torrents to torment all my fears. My comrades all lay floating in the smoke now filled with oil, but there was only one survivor, the teenage Johnny Boyle. Please tell my mother Bridget that I died a gallant man. Tell her it was quick and clean, and perhaps she'll understand, as I know she will be grieving for her son in Swilly's Bay. But tell her I will come for her at the end of her day. He now rests with all sailors, with God in heaven's sea. No evil man to sink his ship, no, this could never be. He looks down on all waters, protecting those who sailed the brine, but kept his promise fervently, for now in his mother's arms entwined.